Nye Company.
Hi, this is Charlie Potters, and I'm talking to you from Nye Company Auctioneers here in Bloomfield, New Jersey. And they're getting ready to have their upcoming September 7th and 8th art and antiques auction here at 20 Beach Street in Bloomfield. There is an amazing amount of incredible art, more than I've seen in a really long time in one spot. So I wanted to sort of show you a couple of these pieces as we go through. One of my favorites, if you can come on over here just for a second, is this Keith Haring subway drawing. Literally, he made it while he was on the subways. There's a picture of Keith actually making this one. Somebody snapped it before they ripped it down off the subway wall. So that's what we call ironclad provenance. So I like stuff like that, but then again, we have more traditional paintings. We even have a bronze coyote in case somebody absolutely positively feels that they need to have that very special thing in their front hallway. And then I want to sort of show you some of the other artwork that we have here. And here's Andrew Holter, one of the auctioneers. Andrew, what's going on?
Well, welcome to the Nye Company exhibition for our September 7th and 8th auction, which is going to be held this coming Wednesday and Thursday. And welcome to the gallery of more traditional art, the old masters. I just love some of these paintings. You know, if I can point out a few of my favorites, that would be great. First, nestled back here, we have this wonderful oil on copper attributed to Joseph Grassi of Tadeusz Kosciuszko. That's a mouthful, but it's really wonderfully executed. An important figure in the Revolutionary War, and I just love that he's wearing this Society of Cincinnati medal.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one of my favorites, nicely executed. Let me just put it back up there.
I see that we've got a bunch of traditional sort of Dutch landscapes. Are these 17th, 18th, 19th century?
Primarily 17th and 18th century. I mean, some pretty decent names. I mean, right here, if we take a look at that, that's attributed to David the Younger Teniers.
Okay.
And that's Christ walking through the woods.
Okay.
Here, you have what I believe is a study drawing by Peter Paul Rubens of Summer Peasants Going to Market.
Oh wow, okay.
So it could be a nice 17th century on chain laid paper. The paper has a watermark on the inside, but it's really wonderfully executed. I mean, and if you take a look at it, it's got a few more attributes than the actual painting, which is in the British Museum. So again, that's Peter Paul Rubens, or attributed to. This I absolutely love. This is Franz Porbus II, Isabella of Savoy. I think she's just a total babe. I love the lace collar and the dress. The refinery is fantastic. Of course, if you like things from this side of the pond, here's what we have: a girl in a red dress attributed to the Hudson River School. So it's got a lot of Dutch elements. If you look at these, the platter with the fruit, it's sort of Delft, reminiscent of what you'd find as a Delft platter. And again, beautifully executed. If we look at the lace work on the dress, so sort of an American interpretation of a Dutch painting, and obviously a wealthy New York family.
Is this an official paintings a chair to look at your paintings in? What do you think as far as like?
Absolutely, you're not going to find a more comfortable gallery environment. You sit down, and if we transition from the more traditional folk art, you can see some of the more modern things. And we take a look over here, and here you have a signed Andy Warhol lithograph of Pete Rose, also signed by Pete Rose.
So signed both by Warhol and Pete Rose.
Yep, exactly. So Warhol signature, Pete Rose, and
For those that aren't familiar, this is a lithograph, not a painting, but it's what? How many did they make of these? This is like...
Well, this is a printer's proof 5 of 8.
5 of 8. So this is a kind of a limited thing.
Yes, absolutely.
What's that underneath it?
And that's a Roy Lichtenstein of a Sunrise, which
All right.
I just absolutely love. I mean, it's quintessential pop art.
All right.
But
So we've got a lot of modern in here.
Come check out the galleries. I mean, it gives you a good blend of furniture and art. We also have an a painting attributed to Anthony Van Dyck in our case here. Another old master. Beautiful, beautiful picture on panel, and he did these often of artists and people involved in the art world. So it's a really cool picture. But I invite you to check out the rest of the exhibition. Over to your left, you're going to find lots of prints and etchings by artists such as Henry Moore, Anders Zorn, Miro, Matisse. There's quite.
It's a real mixed bag of 20th century art.
And I mean that in the best sense.
Yeah, no, I mean, I mean, the place is literally dripping with all the medium. And so we've got engravings, we have lithographs, we have prints, we have oil paintings, we have watercolors. There's an awful lot. Now, what I thought we would do is also
just go right past this, Charlie.
All right, I'm sorry. What was I thinking?
This is a great Child Hassam watercolor here, and there's actually 3 Hassams.
There are 3 Hassams in the house.
Yes.
So again, I mean, the reason that I like to have people come to galleries is because you'll see as much or more than you would normally see in a museum, and you get to get close to it. You can take it off the wall. You can see how the artist put it together, and then it's filled with all this other stuff: decorative arts, useful objects. There's a lot of mid-century modern furniture here. For example, you have this asymmetric glass table on a shagreen base with the leather chairs, which are a different lot. You've got a modern travertine marble table over here, again with mid-century modern chairs around it. And yet, if you go to the back over here, you've got a 17th century English chair. You come over here, you've got Art Nouveau French furniture, beautiful dining set. There's an Art Nouveau hall tree there. And then you can also see Haywood Wakefield furniture. One of the things that I really like, I know that Haywood Wakefield is not necessarily stuff that everybody collects, but it certainly has its appeal. But I've never seen anything like this screen before. And while it's not marked, it came out of the same collection. And I'm pretty sure that that's a Haywood Wakefield screen with its original 4-color lithograph panels. None of them are broken. I've never seen that before. 50 years of sort of looking around at this stuff, and I've never seen it. Now, if I come around and just continue to walk the gallery, you get a real sense, like this beautiful arts and crafts Stickley chair and ottoman, a Gustav Stickley couch. That's an original with an original Stickley table, but on the other side is the identical couch, but I believe that that's a modern reproduction from Stickley. So what you can do is, for those people that want to have the originals, that's certainly available to them, but other people might not want to have to pay up to have an original, but still want the look. There's several different sets of these seating areas. This one is unusual, only because of these backs. I'm not sure where they came from, as far as where they hail from. One of my favorite pieces here is this workbench, which is absolutely stunning. It's an old one because these handles are turned wood as opposed to being metal, the screws. And so this is an early workbench used by a carpenter or a woodworker, and it's unusually long. It's 8 feet long, and people use them these days for things like bars, or to use them as kitchen islands with a different top on them. So there's all kinds of fabulous small objects, like this smoking stand, an Adirondack style smoking stand. So if you've got that house in the Catskills, this could be one of the things you might want to place there. On the other hand, if you want, you go for more modern paintings again, and then I really haven't concentrated too much on it, but in the showcases, there's lots and lots of interesting small objects. There's a whole collection of coral and seashells, which is just being sold as a single lot. And then I'm going to end with my personal favorite lot of the sale. Is this clock. This clock to me is just amazing. Now, I grew up around clocks and I grew up around watches, and I have to say, I've never seen anything quite like this. This was made by a gentleman named William Hislop, and William Hislop was the president of the British Horological Society in the 19th century, the first president, in fact. And this is a tidal clock. Miraculously, this came into us and is being offered basically almost without a reserve. I mean, it's very inexpensive compared to what it should be worth. You will not see a clock like this at all, ever, except in a museum. So my feeling is, if there's someone that wants a one-of-a-kind object, that's the kind of thing that I cherish. But I never know what other people like, whether it's going to be sculpture or whether it's going to be, I don't know, maybe just some comfortable mid-century modern couches. Ultimately, I never really know what people are going to be interested in, but I must say that in this auction, there's more fabulous, interesting art and objects than I've probably seen, I don't know, in the last year or so. So if you can, you should definitely come down to the preview today or even tomorrow and check out what's available. If not, you can see these things online on their website. Their website is nyeandcompany.com. And if you just go to the catalog, you'll be able to peruse everything that's on sale in the auction over the next 2 days, beginning on the 7th. Anyway, again, Charlie Potters, talking to you from Bloomfield, New Jersey, here at Nye Company. And have a great day. Happy hunting.